Right, welcome to the brand new series, guys. As I alluded to earlier on in the week, been contemplating now for the last couple of weeks doing something a little bit different on the channel, rather than just pickups all the time and things like that. So what I wanted to do, one of the really cool things that I like watching here on YouTube is the likes of Bryn over at Horror Hands, when he does his watch-along videos. So what I thought I'd do, I thought you'd see from the thumbnail, we're going to do our very own watch-along series here on the channel. Now what I'm looking to do, those of you that follow the channel regularly will know that I'm massively into low budget, trashy, B movies, horrors that are really weird, uncomfortable, vile, obscure. So this series I'll be leaving all of the regular run-of-the-mill mainstream horror to other channels that showcase and highlight that sort of thing. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to go through all of my obscure, weird, mostly low budget and awful, and do a watch along. At the minute, just gonna do this one as a pilot episode, see what the views are like, what the feedback is from people, etc. Hopefully it's something you guys will enjoy, and maybe it'll send you down the rabbit hole of having a look at some of the more obscure, weird and uncomfortable movies out there. I'm certainly looking forward to going to doing the videos and putting them together out on the tubes for you guys to watch. So here we go, guys, let's get into the very first movie for this series. Yeah, let's get to it, and yeah, hope you enjoy, guys. I'll see you over the other side of the living room in a minute, in front of the telly. So see you shortly, guys. So here we are, guys. I've got my glasses on so I can actually read the back of the box on this one, give you a little bit of information before we start into the movie. So we are looking at effects. Now this is one of the ones in the low budget, super trashy 101 ACFA range. Now all of the movies that I'll be highlighting or showcasing as part of this series will all be movies that I haven't seen before, so as we're doing the watch along, you'll get my honest first time reactions for them. So here we go, guys. This is effects, and I'll just read to you the back of the box. So similar to myself, you get a very basic understanding as to what the film's about. So this is, let's have a look, a film from 1980, cobbled together with loose change by George A. Romero's friends. Effects is a mesmerising DIY frightmare that no one talks about but everyone should. A group of coked up filmmakers, including Tom Dawn of the Dead Savini, Joe Day of the Dead Pilato and John Tales from the Dark Side of the movie Harrison, gather in Pittsburgh to make a slasher. As filming begins and accidents happen, accidents in inverted commas, it's clear that something isn't right. Effects is a meta-enhanced takedown on the philosophy of horror that doubles as a sleazy and terrifying movie on its own. So there we go, guys. That's Effects from 1980. So let's get it into the player and see what it's about. Right, so here we go, guys. We're well, me and the two cats, I'm sat ready to start into this. As you can see from the opening menu here, super low budget looking. According to the gubbins from 101, it's a 4K scan from the only 35mm theatrical print in existence. So yeah, let's start into it, guys, and see how we get on. So yeah, we're approaching 10 minutes into the film, guys. Um, yeah, it is a bit odd. Opening sequence, you get some lovely looking lady in a nice shower scene. Lots of close ups as the soap suds run down her back. And a nice close up of her derriere, let's say. She then starts getting dressed, um, and she lights up the biggest spliff I have ever seen. And as soon as she does this, she starts getting visions. Somebody jumps out with one of these like flick razor knives, and then they cut. And basically, what they're doing is they're recording a movie. So we're seeing, the behind the scenes stuff and the action as it's taking place, etc. So yeah, they've gone on to the next day now, and they're again recording this movie on set. Um, Anything, I mean, it's almost 10 minutes in. Obviously, slow burn initially, but she's sat at the breakfast table. There, the guy is saying his lines. She's looking up, and she gets like a flash scene, if you like, of him rather than talking, with his slash knife blade. All blood starts running down his face, and all that sort of thing. But yeah, super low budget. So well, not so far, because the whole movie is going to be super low budget. But yeah, very grainy. But I love that sort of aesthetic. So I'm going to carry on watching a bit more of the film, guys. Maybe give it another 20 minutes or so, and then we'll come back and let you know how it's going. And yeah, fingers crossed we've got a bit more juicy action going on. So yeah, we shall be back soon. One thing I am finding slightly confusing with this film so far is because the basic synopsis of the movie is it's a film crew filming a movie being made where we're watching that as the movie. So it's quite disorientating. There's just been a scene a minute ago where there's been a lady getting dressed in a bedroom, and then we get all sorts of tense music. She leans into a laundry basket, and it looks as though she's started to be pulled into the laundry basket. So we get all this tense, dramatic music. You see her foot slipping, and then close-ups of her back as she's struggling. Some really good camera angles and stuff like that. And I'm like, what the fuck's going on here? But then within 30 seconds or so, it pans out of the scene, and you see the guy that's filming and the sound engineer as they're filming the scene. So it's quite difficult to try and track at the moment what's actually real and what's being filmed, but we'll see how that progresses and if that gets any easier to watch as the movie progresses. Okay, guys, we're now almost 40 minutes into this film. I've just paused it on a bit where we've been sat watching a couple of members of the film crew explaining to another guy how to snort a line of cocaine for the very first time. Up one nostril, then another line up another nostril, and then telling him about dipping his fingers in the water and putting drops of water up his nose afterwards. So 40 minutes in, there's still nothing going on whatsoever. I can't tell you of any in-depth plot or storyline or anything like that. Literally halfway through the film, I think it runs just over 80 minutes, and nothing's happened. It's literally a film. It's a movie about a film crew making a movie. There's been a bar fight where Tom Savini's made an appearance. It kicked off in the bar, and it really wasn't the best of bar fights. There was one guy smiling as another guy hit him, and 40 minutes in, and even for a hardcore, trashy, low budget movie watcher like myself, I'm struggling. 40 minutes so far, I feel like I've watched an hour and a half. So I've just paused, made myself a cup of coffee before doing this little clip. Even the cats have passed out. The cats are bored, senseless with it so far. But you know me, guys, I'm going to persevere. Maybe the first hour is slow, and it will pick up for the last half an hour. We live in hope. But let's carry on.
My theory, I mean, it's just an opinion. Oh. Well, in that case, I have a film I want you to see.
That fool! Oh! Man the lifeboats! Women and children first! I wouldn't let any son of mine see a film like this. So, in the words of Ichabod Crane, I'll just take my head and go.
Alright. Hey, I've seen this one before. Yeah, they all look the same, Lobo.
Okay, guys, 45 minutes in, it's actually picked up the smallest of amounts. They've now got to a scene where they're watching some old film back. There's a woman being tortured by a guy that's got like a hooded mask on. They're now questioning whether it's real, what's actually happened, or if it's a movie that's been recorded. But yeah, it's picked up a little bit. So we've got about 35 minutes left of the film. So fingers crossed we're going to get a little bit more in depth and a little bit more story now. So we shall see. Well, there we go, guys. That's effects from 1980. All finished off. My very first watch along done for you guys. Yeah, after that first 40 minutes, I mean, it's a lot to power through initially, but the movie did pick up. You did kind of warm to the characters a bit more. There was some tense, nice, gory special effects, and a bit more of a storyline developed as well. So, for me, guys, I'd rate that one probably a 3 out of 5. Probably won't be for everybody, but if like me, you do appreciate low budget, shot on film, horror from the like exploitation type horror from the 70s and 80s, then I'd say give it a go. It's not as bad as some of the reviews would have you believe. So yeah, from me, 3 out of 5. Certainly one I'm happy to keep in the collection, and one I think that I'll probably enjoy more on a rewatch later on down the line. Like I say, I've seen it the once now. I know what that first 40 minutes is about, and it makes more sense as the movie goes on. So yeah, I will look forward to rewatching it later on down the line, and it might even go up, another half mark potentially on a rewatch. So there we go, guys. That's effects from 1980 with the legendary Tom Savini. Some really cool effects. I love the whole grainy, atmospheric, low budget look to it. Very similar. I mean, I'm a huge fan of the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. The gritty, grainy look of that, and this kind of is very much along the same sort of lines with its look. Nowhere, don't get me wrong, guys, nothing else is like Texas Chainsaw Massacre at all when it comes to this movie, but you've got your shot on film graininess look to it. So there we go. Like I say, very first watch along, all complete. It's taken about 2 hours. Lewis came across briefly, so I had to pause it. There was a fire alarm going off for half an hour in the building, so again I had to pause it. So, you know, it was one of those. So please let me know what you think to the format, guys. It's been very time consuming to do this afternoon. It's now approaching 8 o'clock in the evening. I need to sort some tea and then start editing all of this together to upload for you guys tomorrow. So yeah, please let me know if you enjoyed it, if you like the format, the cut interactions between the movie and me talking about it, if that worked. If you'd change anything up, please let me know in the comments, guys. Very much open to hearing your feedback and changing things for the next episode moving forward where needed. So there we go. As always, guys, please let me know if you've seen effects before. Like I say, concentrating on the more obscure and lesser known movies. So yeah, it would be interesting if any of you have seen it, and what your thoughts were, if they were along the same sort of lines as mine or not. So there we go, guys. Waffleage over. Episode 1 completed it, mate, as they say. As always, please remember to like, comment and subscribe and all that good stuff, and I'll be back later on in the week with another video. Bye for now, guys.